Here in Belgium, the military now serves a new purpose. Soldiers are now constantly patrolling the streets, always on guard in case a terrorist strikes.
Today, Belgian police officers, about 100 of them, thoroughly combed through and searched a Brussels neighborhood known as Molenbeek. One man detained in a Sunday night raid has now been formally arrested and is facing charges relating to terrorism. Today, I spoke to one Belgian official who works in the Foreign Ministry office. He tells me intelligence is still pointing to there being an active terror cell here in the city of Brussels. The EU has pushed through a number of laws, including this passenger name record, so they can track everyone leaving the EU and heading to places like Turkey, who may then funnel their way down to Syria.
Barricades are still up outside of Paris's police stations because there is still the constant threat of another attack from an IS sympathizer. Soldiers can be sent to stand on guard at the UK's most well-known areas, like Downing Street. Tourists are still flocking to Brussels because they want to taste the famous Belgian beers, fries, and of course, waffles. Walking these once again crowded streets, you would have no idea this is a city that remains under a heightened terror alert. A worldwide survey done by Gallup International shows that if this election was held outside the U.S., Hillary Clinton would win in every country except for Russia, with Russia ignoring Ukraine's borders and propping up a Syrian president who many Western nations want to see removed. This standoff will likely continue with the next U.S. president. And they're here in Brussels to send two messages. First, they are here to voice their support for now former Catalan president Carlos Puigdemont, but also all these Catalans are here in Brussels to try to send a message to EU leaders. These students have now created a real movement with real momentum. They don't want to see fizzle out, so their plan is to come back to these streets next week and protest again. The Brexit countdown clock is ticking. Under EU law, the UK has to be out of the Union by March of 2019. But beyond Brexit, the European car industry also has to deal with the new US president, a president who is determined to bring car manufacturing jobs to America.
So, Greta, consider that a sign that Brussels is ready to do business without the UK.
So right here where I'm standing is the border between Greece and Macedonia. I'm on the Greek side. Macedonia is right there on the other side of that barbed wire. And here at this border crossing, about every 15 minutes or so, another group of 50 refugees is cleared and allowed to make the journey into Macedonia. The unusual thing about this refugee camp is that it actually has structure to it. There's a full-fledged community here. As the global temperature changes, so does the time it takes for these grapes to ripen. Here in Europe, winemakers are now saying they're harvesting earlier than ever. Students here are also working on advancing what's known as social robots.
Hello, Kevin, how are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. These are robots programmed to interact with us humans. The ultimate aim of the research here is to get the light just right. Not too blue, not too red. In other words, they're looking for the perfect color that these plants love and that makes them produce the most amount of fruit as possible.